last night. Maybe I can make it right. So I'm close to baby. We can talk about it. No need to be mad. Hate to see you sad. Yes, I know I'm crazy, crazy about you, crazy about you.
I know I'm upset sometimes. I know I get drunk some nights. I know I get way too high. I just wanna live it up with you. I know that it might be tense. I know when you've had enough. It's just how I show my love. Darling, can I live it up with you?
last night. Baby, I can make it right. So I'm close to baby. We can talk about it.
Made a mistake last night. Baby, I can make it right. Said I'm close to baby. We can talk about it. No need to be mad. Hate to see you sad. Yes, I know I'm crazy, crazy about you, crazy about your lips. I know I'm a flirt sometimes. I know I get drunk some nights. I know I get way too high. I just wanna live it up with you. I know I won't be tense. I know when you've had enough. It's just how I show my love. Darling, can I live it up with you? I'm a flirt sometimes. I know I get drunk some nights. I know I get way too high. I just wanna live it up with you. Darling, can I live it up
When you want to get off the darkest ground, the gravity pulls you straight down. Earth from a bird's eye view. You should grow feathers and see this too. When you want to get off the darkest ground, the gravity pulls you straight down. When you want to get When you want to get off that darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. Earth from a bird's eye view. You should grow feathers and see this too. When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. We're better off as strangers. Believe me when I say, loving me is loving danger. Your heart is bound to break. I walk alone in the night, neath the pale moon. Loving's for the fools. Baby, beware of my body. I'm alone, I'm alone, I'm a lone wolf. 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 I'm a
Good evening and welcome everybody to this Divisional 1 race tonight from Silverstone. These guys has been at it for a good old 7 days now, and action is heating up with Peter Geldenhuys in first position currently. With me, as always, Divisional 2 driver and Mr. Consistent himself, Warwick Stewart. Good evening, Warwick. How are you?
Excellent. Thanks yourself, Joel.
Oh, can't complain, buddy. Can't complain. I'm actually super psyched tonight. I've got today at 1 o'clock we played our first cricket match for the season outdoors, and as you guys know that I do play LMS cricket, so I am in James Leach and Renee Leach and James Leach Seniors franchises where we support our drivers as well. So action-packed night, or waiting for an action-packed night tonight, Warwick.
Yeah, no, it's always good to support the local guys. Obviously, James Leach and them having the two LMS cricket franchises. Always good to support the guys that support us. Yeah, definitely gonna have some brilliant racing. If I look at the times, I can see from first to virtually last, it's about 1.5 seconds. So definitely in for some very, very close racing between these Divisional 1 guys.
Yeah, we can see times of 58.3. That was just a little bit faster than our Divisional 2 best time set up by our newest driver from Belgium, Mr. Roy Kopp. Those guys that saw him race tonight, what an exceptional drive. I mean, he was leading the pack at about 30 seconds at a stage. So it's going to be interesting to see him in 2 weeks' time in Div 1. And he's going to come to the likes of the Geldenhuizes, the Nels, the Leaches, the Rafantus, and the Lawrences. And these guys are always the consistent. You can't call. There's 17 drivers on the server, and all 17 somewhere featured on a pole position. So it's just too bloody fast.
Yeah, no, definitely. And yeah, well done to Roy Cobb in the first race, doing extremely well. Obviously his first race with SRA. Next, in 2 weeks' time, should be racing with the Div 1 guys, and I can definitely see him battling up front with a lot of these guys.
Yeah, we've got, see now, Warwick, you said the top 13, is it about the top 13 positions is less than a second apart, and this is going to make for some crazy driving tonight. I mean, these guys are fast. Most of the time they clean. We can't say they're always clean. They most of the time, but it's because of the action-packed racing where tempers do flare up a little bit.
Yeah, no, definitely. These guys are extremely quick and very, very consistent. Let's just hope they can keep it clean this time around. Usually the Divisional 2 guys tend to keep it quite a bit cleaner than the Divisional 1 guys. But obviously, with the amount of pressure and the speed that these guys are running, you're bound to have an incident or two as the race goes along.
That's it. But Warwick, let's just quickly jump over and guys, look at our promo video that we've made for this BTCC season. Oh, sorry, we're back here. As you guys could see, who's going to be the champion of this league and this season? I think currently we've got, I don't have the leaderboard, Warwick. I don't know if you've got the leaderboards there. I can see if we can quickly find it. Championship standings. We've currently got in the lead Adrian Nel from Namibia, Mr. Namibia's, well, we call him Namibia's favorite son, and also the only alien to ever land in Namibia, Mr. Adrian Nel himself. And then Mohammed Arifantu made his way in from SR Crew in second position. And then Mr. Carl Lawrence, our friend Carl, he's made his way in championship standings number 3. Peter Geldenhuis, that's currently in fastest in practice, made his way in fourth position. And then Melvin Goos from JP Hydraulics racing in fifth. So that is our current championship standings of this BTCC, Warwick.
Yeah, no, we're definitely in for some brilliant racing tonight, considering that so many of these guys are carrying quite a bit of weight. Looking at Adrian Nel carrying a full 100 kilograms of ballast. I actually had a chat to him before the race, and he's like, it feels like a ton in the car. So he's definitely going to be having his hands full in that Ford Focus today.
Yeah, you know, if he's got 100 kilograms and these guys are pulling 1.5 to maybe 2 Gs on some corners, 1 G, you know, that is getting close to about 100 well, not a ton, but very close to 100 or 200. It's throwing him all over the show. But now we've got Valdes Swiggers, 3.5 minutes to go for qualifying. I wonder who's going to take it. Warwick, who do you have to call? Who's your money on? I
was watching quite a few of the guys practice a little bit earlier, and I'm going to put my money on the Mike's Place guys. Definitely going to lean towards Omar Khan as well as Christopher Long. I was watching them practice on top of one another and very, very close racing, touching a little bit here and there, but they were extremely consistent, extremely quick. So I'm definitely going to be leaning towards them. And yourself?
It's a hard decision for me. I don't know why. I'm normally not that close with this, but the Leeches are doing good. But you know, I saw in practice as well, in normal practice service, Michael Russ was setting some superior fast times. You know, Michael Russ is our main sponsor in this Volvo Cars Namibia League. So I think I'm going to have my money on him. I have to put my money on Michael Russ. Since he's changed to the Alpha, this guy has gone, look there, he jumped to second position, 58.7.
Yeah, I know Michael Russ being extremely quick. He's a brilliant driver as well. Very, very consistent, very clean. Yeah, he's definitely going to be a contender, definitely for the win. But yeah, I'm going to put my money on the Mike's Place guys for tonight. Or at least race one.
I've got to say my quickest or my best Mike's Place car, I would go and call. I would go and support my buddy Christopher Long. I have to. I think he's going to make a tremendous run tonight. And then don't forget Omar Khan. I mean, these guys, and I mean, let's give him a shout out to Omar Khan. Just go follow him, Beamer Stein on YouTube and Facebook. He's running his own leagues as well, and his own streams. So it's good to grow the hobby and to grow some racing in general.
Yeah, no, correct. Obviously, he runs, I think his group's name is TTSA, if I'm not mistaken. And then I know they mostly focus on, obviously, the drifting side.
Yeah.
That's why Christopher Long and him get along so well. Christopher Long being SA Drift Champion at the moment in real-life racing. Yeah, and obviously trying to translate that across to the sim side.
The Silverstone racetrack doesn't like the sport focus of Adrian Nel. Namibia's favourite son is currently in 17th, and so is Melvin Goos. He's in 16th. So I think there's a bit of a battle there, and not a battle like a fight, but more of a struggle running there in the Namibian side tonight. But Mr. Carl Lawrence himself from fullgas.co.za, a sponsored vehicle, he's now setting himself into 5th position. And then we've got James Leach from Last Man Stands, LMX cricket team. He's just jumped to 58.5, overtaking Mr. Geldenhuys himself from Simrace Crew, Christopher Long that we called, Michael Russ we called, Carl Lawrence in 5th, JC Botha. Exceptional drive from this guy. Look at him. Warwick is his 2nd or 3rd race with us.
If I'm not mistaken, I think he joined the British Touring Car League a little bit late. I think it's his 2nd or 3rd race with us, if I'm not mistaken, but he's extremely quick. I've had 1 or 2 races where we had quite a few good battles, and he is really, really quick.
Yeah, JC he's also a clean driver. There's a couple of guys that, all these guys earns respect, but these guys that really, really earns your respect a lot. And like we mentioned in Div 2, Willem Moss is definitely one of those guys for his own reasoning. And then another guy that's always a super clean driver is Ricardo Tufani. He's a great driver. I don't see him tonight. He didn't race tonight, but he's a good driver. So there's those guys that do earn respect in their own way.
Yeah, no, correct. I actually spent some time with Ricardo Tufani this week, and we were trying to sort out his sim rig and just get everything up and running. I know he should be getting a new sim nerve direct drive wheel, I believe, this week. So we'll definitely be seeing him way more often as soon as that wheel arrives.
Yeah, and then we've got our Div 2 commentator, Mr. Tommy Leary himself, in 12th position there, and he's keeping up the Mosses family name. And I don't know if Karin has joined us tonight. I actually haven't seen, but I haven't really watched the live chats, but it's nice to have the family there. But yeah, Warwick, that is it as we go. 1.5 minutes to go for this racing. Peter Geldenhuys from Simrace Crew in 1st position, James Leach in 2nd, Christopher Long in 3rd, Michael Russ 4th, Carl Lawrence in 5th, JC Botha made his way in 6th, Johan Niemann in 7th, Mohamed Arafantu made his way in 8th, Peter Globlo in 9th, and Omar Khan wrapped us up there in 10th position. Warwick, with that, let's just quickly guys, have a look at this Volvo XC60, amazing car. Alright guys, we're back here. What an amazing car. Volvo XC60s. If you ever can, go to your closest Volvo dealership. Go and test drive this car. For those guys in Namibia, send Michael Rust a Discord message right after this. I'm pretty sure they'll sort you guys out. I think when I one day grow up, that will be definitely a car for me to go. In fact, I think I would like an XC90 R design, Warwick. How about you?
Yeah, no, definitely. Actually, one of the guys that I work with has bought an XC90. I think it's a T8 R design. Yes, and what an amazing car. We're actually playing around with some of the features on the highway. You put auto drive on, you take your hand off the wheel, it maintains the lanes, it keeps your distance from the car in front of you. It's just a remarkable car, and the finishing is absolutely beautiful.
You know, there's quality and quality and quality, and this is definitely one of those cars. I've always been a keen favorite of them. You know, so yeah, it is a good car. But as we've got 18 seconds to go, we've got Peter Geldenhuys, like we said, in first position, James Leach and Christopher Long. I think don't put Christopher off. This first corner is going to make it interesting. Warwick, we are about to go racing. Lights has just popped up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that ever so very long 6 light is up, and we're off. Look at this. Michael Russ has made an exceptional start here, but Christopher Long, as we saw it, is drafting Peter Geldenhuys into the first corner. They go side by side. James Lee's just cut on the inside, and you can see Carl Lawrence is now making a run free.
Yeah, no, Christopher Long obviously always has a brilliant start off the line. I see he's giving James a real run for his money at the moment. Yeah.
Contact. Clinton Bessadinate is off the track. He had a huge contact with Mohamed Arafanto. That makes Clinton Bessadinate right onto the rear. Remember, this is a real life Polo Cup driver, this. And, you know, these guys obviously fainted. Look at Tommy Leary. Huge contact there. Tommy Leary is also off the track. I think this is not the night for pink and purple cars.
Yeah, no, definitely not. But I see it was quite a bit of a snowball effect that we had at the back there. One incident caused guys to spin across the track and take quite a few guys out. But now, obviously, we've got quite a few fast guys at the back here, so they're definitely going to have to play some catch-up.
Yeah, we've got Johan Niemand, ever Mr. Consistent as well. You know, this guy
Can you please just take your car off the line there for me?
Oh, goodness, before I forget that. Yeah, let's do that. Woo, that was close.
Yeah, but there's definitely a lot of close battles, even with all the incidents that we had. Melvin Goos obviously benefited quite tremendously there, coming from the back of the pack. He's now up in 8th, sitting on the back of Valdez Swiggers. As they come through maggots, let's see how the race unfolds from here.
Yeah, this is still a tight race. I mean, these guys are right onto each other. Peter Geldenhuys now from Simrace Crew is starting slowly to make a lead here, but I won't call it yet. He's only 1 second ahead of Christopher Long. Christopher Long has got his, you called it, Mike's Place cars into second position. We've got James Leach is now sitting in third. I wonder where Renier and James Leach Senior is. He's not there. I can't find him.
Yeah, it's very strange. I also saw on the entry side that they weren't racing. I wonder if they actually raced the BTCC side, because I know both of them, or all three of them, compete on the Polo Cup side. So it's definitely something I'd like to follow up on and just make sure that we maybe didn't just miss the guys.
Yeah, we've got, as we were calling it, you can see now there's another good battle brewing for fourth position. We've got Michael Rust in the Volvo Cars Namibia car with JC Buerta from the GB Truck and Trailer car in fifth, and then Carl Lawrence in the full gas.co.za car. Those guys are fighting currently for their fourth position. And then Battle of Namibia, we've got Adrian Nel and Melvin Goos from JP Hydraulics Racing. That is now, Melvin has taken Adrian. Adrian is battling, Warwick. He's battling the last 2 races. He also noticed it.
From the Divisional 2 race, I can confirm that weight plays one massive role, especially in those BTCC cars. On the straights, everything. If you weight it down and these cars are so evenly matched, the guys are going to catch you. There's no way of getting around it. You need to brake earlier. You can't accelerate as quick. It's the only place we can really make up some time is through a corner. As you can see, Peter Grobler passing Adrian Nel around the outside.
Yeah, Adrian is definitely battling. I don't know what's wrong with our Namibia's favorite son, but he's there. Look at this, quickly up front. JC Buerta, Michael Rust. There is 0.3 of a seconds at them. Michael Rust and JC Buerta is going at this race tremendously. I mean, have a look at this. right onto the rear, into Wellington Straight, under the bridge, these guys go. JC's looking the inside, hard on the brakes, there we go, Michael Russ turning in, JC is trying that undercut, locking up the left rear over the apex, they go through, Brooklands, this is where you're going to overtake, one of these guys might just run wide as they go out of left field, and this is, I think, coming up as a pit, yeah, this is the main straight coming up, and JC is in the best position here, where he can actually overtake as he's drafting now onto Michael Russ. Look here.
JC also being a very, very, very patient driver, so he'll put tremendous pressure onto Michael Rust. Hopefully Michael, or not hopefully, but he'll be hoping that Michael makes a mistake, and then he'll benefit from that. As we've seen in previous races, he'll just sit there and wait, and he'll wait for his time and wait for his gap, and then when the time comes, he'll actually pounce on it.
We've got a big fight also between Valdo Swiggers. Nice to see Valdo back in the fighting with Melvin Gous here in the JP Hydraulics car. Valdo Swiggers also, remember, he's one of our enduro racers with us.
Yeah, we've got a huge battle up front with James Leach and Christopher Long. I actually watched them come side by side just before Luffield. So there's definitely, we've got huge battles everywhere, and we called it in the beginning that with the racing and the time so close, we're bound to see battles from first to last. Even in last place, we got Tommy Leary fighting with Stuart Mack.
Yeah, Stewie Max always so consistent, but now look at Valdo Swiggers. He's actually taken Melvin Gous, but this is not a battle to give up to. It's great to see Melvin and his son Keon. I mean, we saw Keon in Div 2, and he was just killing it, literally, as we say, killing it. And yeah, these guys are definitely, what a delivery on this car, I must actually say this. Some of these guys put some effort in their cars. I mean, if you see some hidden stuff, I mean, I'm looking at Mike Geldenhuis, we say the need for speed, he's got that hidden away. And Christopher Long is also, I think he's also got some funny thing on his car somewhere, we see it. But yeah,
I see on the back of his car it actually says some drift guy.
Yeah, that's it, some drift guy. We've got Leach with some little island style pictures on the car, and it's always nice as we explore these cars to see some funny little things popping up. Fullgas.co.za, and then K2 Graphics and Talk Motoring from my friend Carl Lawrence there as well.
Yeah, no, we're definitely in for some great racing. These guys obviously have a few, I call it a nudge, wink, that they put on their cars. As we've seen previously in some of the races, some of the guys are actually asking for rides, for drives in real life.
Yeah, we've got Peter Grobrod now that's made his way through Clinton Besadanate, and he's chasing down Melvin Gous. Now, Peter is a very good driver. Mohammed Arafat, a huge fight here with Tommy Leary as we saw them going into Meggetts and Beckett's, and these guys were just bumping each other all along the show. Tommy, I don't know, but you got to keep it there. He's, I think, very anxious. Normally, he's a front-back runner. I think he's just going to take a big breather. But Melvin is doing exceptionally well, still hanging in there in mid-back. And, yeah, battles all over, Warwick. Battles all over.
Yeah, unfortunate for Tommy, obviously getting caught up in that incident right in the beginning, as well as Mohammed Arafanta. These are all front runners, all sitting at the back of the pack now, trying to fight their way through. But with these cars being so evenly matched, it's really hard to make up that difference in time.
Now another guy that I've noticed in the back here, is Diebold Kortze. He's also quite a new driver with us, and he's made it to the front and a championship leader quickly, very quickly. So yeah, it's nice to see there. And we've got another Moss. Did you know that? We've got 4 Mosses that I know of. We've got Billy Moss, Tommy Leary, we've got Warren, we've got Johnny, that's 4. And I see in our live chat, we've got Kim Christie Moss. We've got a 5th Moss. Hello, Kim, how are you doing?
Yeah, this is the first time that I've actually heard about Kim or seen Kim in the live chat. It's something Tommy hasn't really discussed with us, that he's got more than one sister by the looks of things.
Yeah, no, I think we need to get another rig in the Moss household.
Yeah, no, definitely. Eventually we'll have to run our own division just for the Mosses.
No, you know what? We really need some more ladies in this sim racing, and we are trying to build the lady racing. So, guys, if you anyway got some ladies that's interested, or guys support your wives, we would like to have one evening a female-only race. It's never ever been done in sim racing, I think, in the world. So it would be nice. And so let's try and build that. That's one of our short-term goals. But let's get back to the action. Warwick, first place, Peter Geldenhuys is running around with it. This is a third or fourth time this guy is on pole position to win a race in the BTCC League. Christopher Long is just right at the back at 3.3 seconds. And then we've got James Leach, Mr. Consistent. I mean, let's call him the Bushveld Rick Racer.
Yeah, no, definitely. For the guys that don't know the joke behind that, the Leaches actually took rigs to the Bushveld to not miss a race. So they sat in under the stars in the Bushveld with 2 rigs, which they took all the way there, just so that they didn't have to miss a race. And if I'm not mistaken, they actually did really, really well.
They did brilliantly. I think it was a second and third for the... Oh, there was contact between JC and Michael, sorry. Yeah, it was a second and third and for Renier and James Leach Sr. I think got a fourth or something for that night, but they did exceptional well. They're always a good, another family. Oh, Michael Rush being tapped there on the back by JC Buerta. Oh no, that was Kyle, I think, and he's just had a huge accident in the Volvo Cars Namibia Alpha. I think that was going to definitely throw him out as he's standing in the middle of the pack. He had huge collisions there. He's just taken out Valdo Swiegers. That was unfortunately for him. He's taken out a couple of guys there not getting or clearing his car off the pits properly. I think he probably wants to get back into the action and didn't see the cars come on. But yeah, unfortunately for him.
Yeah, I was watching that whole incident unfold. Kyle was trying to hold his line. I actually saw Michael come across. Yeah, very unfortunate for Michael, but obviously you have to leave a little bit of space between you and the driver next to you. Is that just me? Is James Leach putting a huge attack onto the back of Christopher Long?
Yeah, no, James Leach is now right side by side onto Christopher Long, and this is a huge battle brewing. It's Alpha, oh no, I'm lying, it is Honda Civic versus Toyota Ventus. Who's going to take it? It's Mike's Place or LMS? You know, we know LMS cricket, these guys are fast between the wickets, and let's see if they've got the legs at the end of the day, because the sprint is not an endurance race.
Yeah, very quick between the wickets as well as on track by the looks of things.
You know what? Now that Johanny Lee has mentioned something in the comment, we've got another female there. Marika is also in the Moss household. So we've got 2 new females that might join this racing. I like where this is going.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to have a chat to them. Get Karen in a rig, get Kim in a rig, Marika in a rig. I see there's a Martin as well. So Martin in a rig, and we can actually start our own Moss League.
That's amazing. You know what? Poor Willie. There goes. I can see that money going out of that pocket. It's like my youngest daughter just started equestrian. She's now 2.5, and we bought a horse. And I've got to make myself a t-shirt. It says, I'm an equestrian dad. I just hold the horse and hand over the money. And I think Willie is probably feeling the same as me.
Yeah, no, definitely. That's a lot of rigs to buy, wheels and stuff. I know they build their own rigs. That's why Tommy had Archives over the weekend, if I'm not mistaken.
So, but let's get back to the action. 3 minutes to go. Huge fight between Christopher Long and James Leach. These guys just went through about 3 or 4 corners. Bumper to bumper, there wasn't even the mirrors were stitching. I can see a little bit of a white paint on this red Mike's Place mirror, and these guys are clean as hell. So well done for these 2 guys for keeping it and giving us this close racing. It is exceptional to see these guys. Lap times are still sitting at the 58s, low 58s, and these guys are flying. Only 2 retirements. We've got Valdo Swiegers, obviously, with Michael Russ retired, and that is because of that nasty accident that happened in the mid-pack battle. And then, yeah, who else we've got for a huge fight? We've got Kyle Lawrence in 4th. JC Buerta is now still settling in 5th, and he's quite comfortably there. I mean, he's 6 minutes behind, or 1.5 behind Lawrence, and 6.5 to Peter Grobler. So he's got no pressure. Peter Grobler from Jack Tool Racing, he is an exceptional driver from the Free State, and he's always consistent and a clean driver. Melvin Goossens now made his way into 7th position in the JP Hydraulics Toyota Ventus there. Remember, I think Melvin and them had a rally contest last night. But I think because of lockdown or something that got cancelled. But you know, these guys are real life rally guys. Clinton Besaidenout, tremendous drive. Give it to this guy. He had a huge accident, put him 17th position, and he's right back to 8th. So here he came back at a super fast race. Unfortunately, Null is battling. We need to have a chat to him maybe in the week and see what's cooking there. It's sorry to see Null so low down. He's always been an exceptional fast driver. I mean, remember his race on Tony Rust? He had a 6-second lead, so that was crazy in the polos. I think Tommy Leary's fighted his way back. He's in 10th. He's keeping it in there, and that, hey, check there. On his bumper it says, if you can read this, you are too slow. So, very interested to have that.
Yeah, no, Tommy obviously putting a tremendous drive together, coming through from the back of the pack. I think he was all the way down in last. He's now caught up to the back of Adrian Null. He's actually closed a 1.4 second gap. Oh, and there's a bit of touching. Adrian Null, luckily walking away from that. Not too bad drop.
Spike.
Charles, you still there?
Yo, Warwick, because unfortunately I've got a huge lag spike here. I don't know what's wrong in this network, but we've gone to about 1,200 ping. So, yeah, you know, technology, you can only be as good as your rig probably, eh?
Yeah, correct. Hopefully it settles down. We've had it in the past where it does spike up a little bit. There's unfortunately nothing we can do about it. So sorry to all the viewers, but yeah, we'll get back to racing shortly.
That's it, Christopher Long there. We saw him going through there side by side. You know, this is our current South African Drift Championship in real life. And you could see that tremendous car control he had as they go through maggots there. We've got James Lee still hard on his tail. And 2 laps to go. This lap and the next lap. And then we will have our winner for race 1 in Divisional 1.
Yeah, race 2 is going to be very, very interesting, obviously with the top 8 being inverted. So we'll have Peter Geldenhuys down in 8th. And then obviously pushing Clinton Besaidnout to the front. But I see Omar Khan is starting to close the gap down onto Clinton Besaidnout. So maybe Clinton even starts in 9th and then Omar Khan can start up in the front.
Yeah, it will be great to see Omar on the pole as well. We haven't had him right onto pole or into the podium actually for a while. So, but you know what, Beamerstein is one of those guys, as you saw his handle there. You know, he's there for the team, I would say. He's a great team member. I don't think you can get any better team member. So, oh, Chris, Captain Slow, go it's Melvin. That's so funny, bud. I don't think he's gonna like you so much.
No, Melvin's handle used to be Captain Slow when he was still on the Xbox, back in the Xbox days. And Chris Janker, obviously coming from those days as well, also known as Classic Racer for those of you who have met Chris on the Xbox or on the Xbox side, obviously with OTL and everything, and then now recently moved across to PC, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, it's great to see the sim racing grow in the world. I mean, like I said in Div 2, I do think, and I'll stand corrected, but I do think this is currently the fastest growing sport in the world. There was no sport that grew like sim racing did during this lockdown. I think we had Warwick for our own league, for Sim Race Africa, we probably had about a 60% membership growth just during lockdown. So it shows you people do need stuff to go. And you know what? It keeps you off the street. This is safe driving. The streets are dangerous. Final lap. We've got winners here. Call us through the winners, Warwick.
In first place, we had Peter Geldenhuys, followed by Christopher Long. Third place, James Leach. Fourth place, Carl Lawrence. Fifth place, JC Botha with an extremely great drive. Good battles all the way through. Followed by Peter Groble in 7th. Peter Groble in 6th. Melvin Goes in 7th. Clinton Besaidnout in 8th. Followed by Omar Khan in 9th. Dewald Kotze in 10th. Adrian Null 11th. Tommy Leary in 12th. I wonder what happened to Tommy that he dropped down, because I know we saw him up in 10th not too long ago. Stuart Mack down in 13th, Johan Niemann 14th, Mohammed Arafanto in 15th, and then obviously had our 2 disconnects, Valdus Wiggers and Michael Rust.
I must give it Stuart Mack. I don't know why this livery of his car just pulls me. There's something with this grey, silvery, champagne-y Audi and this bright neon red or orange Audi sign. It just looks so, it looks like a DTM car. It just looks so nice. But yeah, There we had it. Race 1. That was our finishes. We're going to have a super interesting race 2 coming up. But Warwick, with that, let's quickly pop over and go and look at what our friends at Volvo is doing.
First we understand, then we make. Volvo, human-made.
What a nice video. But we're back here. Look at these times. Peter Geldenhuys set the fastest time for the race, 58.5. And yeah, this was exceptional times for all of them. And yeah, it's going to make for some interesting racing for race 2. We better get these cars off this track. We're not going to stuff it up for these guys. But that will give us Clinton Besaden in first position, Melvin Goos in second. That is going to be a super battle going into the first corner. Have your eyes on these two. Peter Globler, I think, should get through cleanly. JC Burton, the GP Truck Bodies car, starting in 5th position. We've got Kyle Lawrence, Mr. Kyle Lawrence from Full Gas in 6th. And then we've got James Leach is there in 7th position. We've got, I can't see actually 8th and 9th. I think it looks like
7th we've actually got Christopher Long. 8th we've got Peter Geldenhuys, followed by Omar Khan, Gewald Kotze, Adrian Nel. See the lights are coming on, 5 lights, 6 lights. And we are racing.
Definitely, as I go off the line, Peter Glober. Now look at JC Bottas, superstar, Mr. Peter Glober. I don't know how you get off these tracks this fast. That is a superb drive. Into 2nd position already. Melvin Goos battle there. He's just getting in, settled behind Peter Grobler. We've got JC there. Melvin slowly but surely falling back. What is going on there? I think, oh, huge touch. Clinton Besaden came in. I think he overshot the turn and then he came back and that took Peter Globler out. Well, they had a collision and that's put Peter now into 1st position. And don't give this guy gap.
I see we've got Kyle Lawrence sitting just on the back of them looking for a way through. Clinton Besaden no touching Peter Globler again. Let's just hope these guys can keep it clean for race 2.
Yeah, we've got Clinton right back into 1st position, Peter Glober onto 2nd, Kyle Lawrence. You know, Clinton Besaden is an aggressive driver in the sense of not a bad driver. He puts his get my car off the track. Yeah, I can't get this thing off the track anyway. That is fortunate. All right, we're back. But like we said, Clinton Besaden is there, hard on with Peter Glober, Kyle Lawrence, Christopher Long, Melvin Goos, Khan, Berta, Jason, and Adrian Nel. Adrian Nel is now in 8th, and he needs to get his way out.
Yeah, a tremendous drive from Omar coming back from 9th. I see he's worked his way all the way up to 5th, sitting on the back of his teammate, Christopher Long. Let's see if these two can work together and actually catch it back and work their way to the front.
Yeah, James Leach is now right at the back. I think he must have had a little bit of alteration. And then we've got Tommy Leary in 16th, Johan Niemand, exceptional driver there in 15th. Michael Rust himself in 14th position in the Volvo Cars Namibia car. And then there is a battle between Michael and Johan Niemand. Aldous Swiggers is now still fighting with Mohamed Arafantu, which is in a fight with Stewie Mack. As you can see, Melvin, we're running super wide there. And that will bring Dewald Kotze and Gelderhuis Adrian now drifting this car around the corner. Huge contact with Dewald Kotze and Stewie Mack there as well. This is a hell of a heated battle.
Hopefully Peter Gelderhuis can get it all together. Oh shit, Mac actually touching Dewald Kotze, both of them going off, allowing the guys to push through. But yeah, as I was saying, hopefully Peter Gelderhuis, winner of race 1, can work his way through the pack, get to the front. We know he's quick, we know he can catch the guys. Let's see what's going to happen.
Yeah, you know, this race 2 is always a hell of a heated battle. You know, the guys have still got tempers from race 1, and you know, this is the last chance of getting a good pole position. As you can see, Mohamed Arafantu, Michael Rust and Voldeswijk is into a huge battle there. That was just knocking each other, front bumper, rear bumper, side skirts and everything else in between got knocked there. This is a big battle here, 4-5 cars between Gelderhuis, Rust, Swiggers and Arafantu for that 9th position. Look at these guys, 4 abreast into cops. There they go, touching, Swiggers touching Arafantu, going out again. What is
yeah, no, these guys definitely have a lot of close racing, but they say rubbing is racing, eh?
They say rubbing is racing, but don't rub a guy up the wrong way, eh? Let's see on the back of all
This is correct.
I spot something else. We can't stop here. This is bat country. On the back of all the Swiggers car. Look here. This is all kind of bats and things. Never mind the bats. They just here. They just an hallucination. What interesting things these guys got all over their cars. Now I do like the humor these guys are putting into it. Clinton Besana is still leading the pack, 1.5 seconds in front of Peter Grobel. Peter, nice to see you into second. Carl Lawrence is putting exceptional pressure onto Peter Grobel now. He's got 0.2 of a seconds between the three of them. Omar Khan in 4th. You called it. TTSA is there. Mike's place is there. 4th position.
Oh, followed by Christopher, not too far behind. Obviously something's gone wrong because they were on top of one another not too long ago. But they'll definitely be working together, work their way forward. As you can see, Omar is actually busy closing the gap onto Carl Lawrence. Carl Lawrence putting huge pressure onto the back of Peter Grobler.
Yeah, we've got Con, Long and Gous into 3 Toyotas, and that's a battle of Toyotas. Nal is still the favorite son of Namibia is currently sitting in the 8th position, and he just got overtaken again by Johan Niemand. Go Johan, go. I mean, what a drive from this guy. He's joined us, and every race is getting faster and faster and faster, and you know, Johan is getting there. He's going to become a force to reckon with. Give him another season and you're going to see something super fast from him. But then it makes Gelderhuis,
yeah, no, definitely,
our winner in race 1, Warwick there in 9th position. Aldous Swiggers is in 10th. Mohamed Arafantu is unfortunate to see him so low down. He always gives us a hell of a fight in the front there in the Northgate Auto Geo Alpha Juliet, I think these are. And then Michael Rust in the Alpha there. What a livery. One side blue, one side black. And then James Leach has found himself into 13th. Tommy Leary, JC Buerta, Stewie Mack and Dewald Kotze. You know, these are the guys that were stuck in that battle, that accident. And they're all thrown right to the back now. But check these guys. They're not going to stay here long. They're going to make their way through the pack.
Carl Lawrence has made his way past Peter Grobler and they touch and both of them are off.
Yeah, they're pushing each other there. I think it was a dive on the inside and that just touched them all. Carl Lawrence is now, and Peter has lost tremendously there. Now Niemand, Gous, Long, Con gone through. That put Omar Khan into 2nd position. Beamer stands in the house.
I know Omar has pushed his way past, followed by Christopher Long, the 2 guys that are called right in the beginning. I can definitely see them by the end of the race closing this gap onto the back of Clinton.
Yeah, it shows you something there. You don't need to be fast. You're just going to be consistent. Omar kept it clean. He kept his head into the game, and he's fighting himself into 2nd position. Why? Because the guys in front of him was heated, and they just take each other out. Unfortunate incident, But that's how you get it. And normally, our dear friend Mr. Tommy Leary plays this game exceptional. He gets himself into fourth position and he hangs it out there. And this is what Omar did tonight. So he deserves this. Let's see if he can keep the next 8 minutes up, because I think he's going to have a huge pressure from Christopher Long. But teammates, they might just call it a team game.
Yeah, I fully agree with you, but we can't count out Clinton Besaidon. Clinton also being very consistent and very quick, as we've seen in past races. So he'll hope to increase the gap, and Omar's hoping to close the gap. So as long as Clinton can keep it clean, Omar's going to have his work cut out for him.
Yeah, but these are two teammates and they're all from the same team, and both of them are such respected drivers that I don't think Khan will put Long's race in jeopardy and vice versa. So there will be a case of saying, okay, well, you are faster than me, I acknowledge that, let you go, or vice versa, I'll rather protect you from the back and you go. So these guys do have their own little team, not orders, but communication between each other. They're doing exceptionally well. And then, Johan Niemand is now still chasing down Melvin Goos. This is a battle brewing. Melvin's got his hands full, literally his hands full now. That direct drive wheel must get his arms super tired, because this is a big fight through Woodcote. Peter Geldenhuys has made his way through into 6th position. It's brilliant to see this guy. He's back up in front. And then, where's the rest of the battles? We've got clean pass. Peter Grobler now chasing down Mohamed Rafantu. This is the first time these two are battling this year.
I think on the very first race, they had a huge battle right in the beginning. Obviously, Mohamed Arafantu coming out on top. But Peter, brilliant driver, clean driver, consistent driver. It was just unfortunate that the incident that he had with Carl Lawrence turned the way it did.
Yeah, you can't predict these guys. I mean, we always say in sim racing, you need to always predict what the other guy might do. But you still don't know it. Things happen quick. You don't get that bum in the field. And you also, a lot of these guys, if you don't have a virtual reality or you don't have a triple screen setup, you do tend to lose that perceptional viewing. You can't see what's happening on the back of you. So, yeah, it's nice to see these guys racing as Lees and keeping it clean. James Leach, look at him. Big battle with Waldo Swiggers now, 0.1 of a second, 0.00 as Swiggers go past. Honda versus Honda. These guys are going LMS versus Skunk.
Sorry, Joel, we nearly have a three-way battle up front for first. I see Omar has actually closed the gap onto Clinton Besaidon, sitting at 0.3 of a second apart. Closing it down to 0.2. We're definitely in for one huge battle here.
And then look at Christopher Long. He's also jumping on the outside. He's saying, guys, keep this for me. Side by side through Brooklands. We've got Omar Khan there. Bumper as he swings through on the inside. Let's see, through Luffield. Who's going to take this? This is a battle. Clinton Besaidon, TMSA versus TTSA, if I think. And then we've got Beamerstein versus some drift guy. So, yeah, let's see who's going to take this. 5 minutes to go. This is too long for not this battle to brew into something different.
Yeah, no, this battle's definitely going to grow into something a lot bigger with Christopher Long right on the back of Omar Khan. Omar not too far off Clinton Besaidon, made a small error a little bit earlier in the previous lap, but very, very consistent. Clinton running a little bit wide. Omar hoping to capitalize.
Yeah, these guys are now fighting harder. They've got 0.4 of a second between Khan and Besaidon, and Christopher Long is also in the battle there. 0.1 to Khan. Look at these guys, teammates. We've got the black Toyota versus the white Toyota nose. They're going into Brooklands yet again. Coming up next, we've got Luffield. Into Luffield they go. Clinton Besaidon, Mr. Drift guy himself. He's now bumper with Omar as he made a little bit of a mistake there, and he might get it. Clinton Besaidon under huge, tremendous pressure now. What is in the back of his car? I see that he doesn't have any sponsorships on his car. Maps Racing he's got, and then he's got
and Umpini Graphics.
Umpini Graphics, that's it. Oh, and there's something on the thing as well. KW Sim Racing Components, but yeah. So Clinton Besaidon now. Look at this, Christopher Long side by side. He's just overtaken Omar Khan. Omar Khan is still in the battle. Look at the back. We've got Johan Niemann that went off. That's left. Geldenhuys going through and Goos now. So that was another big battle that was in the back there. But back to the front.
So
Let's
I
see.
definitely think you called it. I can see some team orders happening here. Got Beamer Stein actually pushing Christopher Long down the back straight. So there's definitely some team orders. Look as he hangs wide, waits for Christopher to come through. Christopher obviously being the little bit of a quicker driver between the two of them.
Yeah, I don't know, Warwick. For me, it looks like there's more of a battle between teammates here than they're actually battling with Clinton. But I don't know. This could be if they're clever, they would just say, look, Clinton is Christopher's in the lead. Omar, draft me down the main straight. When you've got the lead as we go in the corner, you overshoot me, and then I'll pick you up. I think if they can do that, they should get about a second or so gap between the three of them and onto Clinton, because Clinton is going to be under super pressure. But look at this, 2.5 minutes. We're halfway down on this battle since we called it, and we haven't really had any changes yet. Clinton is still hanging in there.
One guy I'd like to mention is Michael Rust. Michael Rust, obviously from Volvo Cars Namibia, is sitting in 5th at the moment. At the beginning of the race, I think he was down in 15th. So he's had a tremendous drive, working his way through the pack. Got Johan Niemann on his backside. As you see, Johan closing the gap a little bit. Michael going very, very defensive to try keep Johan behind him.
Yeah, you could just see Melvin Jose locked up the front left as he went into the corner, and then he locks up the right rear, and the right rear was in the air actually as they go through these corners. Let's have a look if we can see a corner of his wheel as they go into the first there. Let's see this back right wheel. There we go, lock up in the air. You can actually see the writing Dunlop on the inside of him. Through Magus and Backus, let's see what he's going to do here. Is he going to lift another wheel? Melvin goes hard on the brakes, and see over the river, there goes.
Sorry, Sean, we actually have Christopher Long just passing Clinton Besaidon, but Clinton Besaidon obviously sitting on the inside, going to try outbrake. Let's see.
That Audi's definitely got better brakes. I think there's better brakes in the Audis than what there is in the Toyotas. And but you know what? All three of these guys will have cardboard brakes by the end of this race, because they are killing it currently.
One thing I can mention is with the amount these guys are battling,
look at Christopher.
Peter Geldenhuys is actually starting to catch up to the back of them.
Yeah, 50 seconds to go, plus 2 laps. We can see Christopher Long now on the inside of Clinton Besaidon. They've got side by side. I wonder what's going to happen here. This is big team orders happening. We've got Christopher Long and Beamer Stein putting super pressure onto Clinton, and if Beamer Stein can get through, Clinton's going to have a very hard battle to get back, because that's going to be some, you can't say blocking, they're not going to block, they're not that type of drivers, but they're definitely going to help each other, let's call it that. I think he'll make his car very wide, so Clinton needs to, he's got to stop getting through, Beamer Stein to get in front of him, and as we say that happens.
Yeah, no, correct, running a little bit wide, and then having Omar cut down on his inside, take it away from him, and then trying to hold that inside line so that Clinton has nowhere to go.
Yeah, so Christopher Long should definitely take this now. Omar Khan will make his car super wide into every corner as they go through cops here. And then Clinton Besaidon, he's just got to finish on 3rd. He's going to have a battle coming up between Peter Geldenhuys, who's catching him super fast, and he's got to keep his rear view mirror, keep his eye on the rear view mirror. But it's going to make for some interesting finals as they all go into the final lap now. Christopher Long is still leading Omar Khan, and like we said, it is brilliant to see Omar back on the top. And Mike's place 1-2 currently. I don't think you can ask for a sponsor that's going to be more happy than that.
Yeah, no, definitely not. Peter Geldenhuys putting huge pressure on Clinton now. One day he's going to be able to capitalize on the last lap, last corner. Clinton running his car wide, taking the line away from Peter Geldenhuys.
I wonder if his tires are not shot or his brakes.
I think Omar Khan took it over the line. Christopher actually backed off, so there was definitely team orders in play there. Definitely.
Good luck for them. I don't think Omar was in the runnings for the championship, but Christopher Long definitely are. So, but so be it. Omar Khan took that first position. Well done, Beamer Stein. You deserve that, right? Then we've got Christopher Long in second. We are then going to After that, we've got Clinton Bassano. Brilliant drive from him. You know, every second drive, he does really good with us. Then we've got Peter Geldenhuys from Simrace Crew in fourth. Michael Russ, brilliant finish, buddy. Overcast Namibia brought it home into fifth. Northgate Duo Alpha from Mohamed Arafantu in sixth. Martini Racing, we've got Johan Niemand into seventh. Peter Grober from Jack Tool Racing into eighth. Adrian Nel from Sign Factory, if I'm not mistaken, in 9. James Leach from LMS in 10. Valdus Swiggers from Skunks in 11. Carl Lauren from Fullgas.co.za into 12. Tommy Leary from KDP in 13th. JC Boyter from GB Truck Bodies and Trailers Car in 14th. We've got Diewold Kotze in the black Audi, Stewie Mack in the black Audi, and Melvin Goos in the JP Hydraulics racing car, bringing up there. I think he must have had some big trouble to push him at the back. Warwick, what a race.
Yeah, no, it was absolutely a brilliant race. Let me see if I can maybe get Omar in here.
Definitely. It would be really great to see him a little bit.
Yeah, no, obviously he put one tremendous drive through. A little bit of team orders at the end there. Omar, are you there?
Hi.
How's it going, Omar?
Going good, and you guys?
Excellent, thank you. Well done on race 2. Brilliant win.
Team effort.
Yeah, we can definitely see that, pushing each other up the back straights and everything, but well done to close that gap onto Clinton Bassano, giving us a huge battle right at the end. Brilliant job. How did you find the Toyota tonight?
Struggling on that left wheel though. That left wheel, it was tough.
Oh, but brilliant racing we saw.
That left wheel was overheating quite bad.
Yeah, you guys are doing well to hold your line, closing the gap down onto Clinton. Tremendous drive. Congratulations on your win. It's great to see you back here on top of the podium.
Well, it's the first win for Division 1, bro. I'm always in Division 2 for some odd reason.
And it's also nice for TTSA were there with a 1-2 and a Mike's Place 1-2, Beamerstein.
Yeah, well, it's a team effort. I mean, Chris does a lot of the behind the scenes work and obviously help us all practice with driving lines and so forth. And if you always notice in our practice lobbies, we always driving right up against one another, so that we know that if it should happen, we know exactly what to do.
Correct. Yeah, we were actually watching you guys in practice, keeping it nice and close. Could see a few incidents pulling through from the server, but it's just touching. But great racing.
That was purpose touching.
Okay, we're with you.
Centimeter. But Omar, brilliant racing yet again, and welcome. It was great seeing you guys.
Yeah, thanks, man. It was just unfortunate. I'm not sure what actually transpired on the first race. I think Clint just totally misjudged everything that was happening at the first race where I got taken out. I think that was at the time I passed Melvin and I think Tommy or something. But yeah, I was how do I say? I needed that redemption on him, and it's just by chance that he was in first place to chase him down.
You guys did really well. But anyway, Omar, let us get on and see you on the next server.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Cheers, buddy. Bye. Let's see if we're going to get Mr. Carl. Do you think we should bring Carl in?
Let's see if we can get Mr. Carl in here.
Mr. Carl, are you there?
I am, yeah.
How are you doing, bud?
Good, man.
What a race.
It was a bit unfortunate, but it was lacquer. It was good fun.
Always nice to be in the BTCC, and you're doing quite well in that what you call it, the Alpha, eh?
Yeah, I'm struggling with the 90 kilos that I got to carry. Obviously it's success ballast, so I can't really complain. If I don't want the ballast, I shouldn't be doing so well there.
Yeah.
But Peter Corbin and I had a bit of argy-bargy in the second heat, which took away what could have been potentially a podium for both of us.
Yep.
And then it continued a few laps later as well, so it was a little bit unfortunate, but it is what it is, and that's racing. We all get hot at the collar, and we all get a bit flustered with the visors closed, but I look forward to the next one. It's always great to have a good race in BTCC, so I'm looking forward to the next one.
Yeah, well, you came into the race, Carl, at third position in the championship standings. So, I mean, after this, you'll probably get down to about fourth. I don't think you're more than that. So, the championship's not over yet. You're still there.
Yeah, I mean, obviously dropping down fourth, I lose another 5 kilos, so that also helps. And, it's nice to go on a diet before the next race and come back a little bit lighter. So I'm looking forward to that. But the competition is getting rather fierce out there, and the guys are getting rather quick. I mean, drivers I haven't expected to be up there in the front are right up there. So it's nice to have a new mix of people to drive with and race with, and I'm thoroughly enjoying myself.
Yeah, definitely. But well done for you, Carl, and we'll see you guys again on the next race.
100%. We'll see you at the next one. And thanks again, guys, for everything, and thanks again for a wonderful series.
Cheers, buddy. All right, Warwick, do you want to bring Michael Rust, or should we call it for him? I think?
Let's see if we can get Michael Rust in, obviously being the sponsor of the BTCC event.
Let's see what we've got. Michael, are you there?
Yes,
Michael, Charles and Warwick here from SRA. How you doing?
I'm fine, thanks. Yourself?
Good, thank you. What a race you guys had. You did exceptionally well, Michael.
Thank you.
And how was it driving Silverstone tonight?
I've got a bit of an injured left knee, so I wasn't doing the left foot braking, so I had to brake a bit earlier and so on. But yeah, we got the first race was a bit of a mess. We touched on the straight, and then I went into the barriers, and I got a 600-second penalty. So I had to sit out the whole race. And then the last race, second race, I obviously started last. But it was like going through the traffic. And that was it. Tried my best.
You did exceptionally well, and it was nice to see you up there, Michael. And you definitely have settled in on this Alpha. I think you've found your car for the BTCC, and you're enjoying it. You're always in the top runners now. You even set fastest time, I think, eh? In the practice, you had fastest time.
Yeah, in the practice, I had fastest time at a stage, yes.
Cool, Michael. But anyway, all the best for you for the rest of the season. And yeah, nice to see you. And thanks for that sponsorship from Volvo Cars Namibia.
It's always a pleasure. Thanks a lot, guys.
Pleasure, Michael. Cheers, bye.
Bye.
Alrighty, Warwick, I think that is going to bring us slowly but surely to the end. We heard it there, a lot of guys with a bit of a rubbing and a touching. But after all, it was quite clean driving, and Div 1 is always the heated one. We can see some of the WhatsApp chats coming, and the guys are like, "Oh, sorry, sorry for you," and but it's a good camaraderie, and that's what I like about sim racing. It doesn't matter what happens, you're always friends. You always carry on, and you are growing the sport at the end of the day. So anybody that's interested, jump over to you guys obviously on the YouTube, but jump to our Facebook page, go like our Facebook page, jump to our Discord channel, it's in the descriptions here, and join us, and bring your friends, bring your families, and let's just get bigger, bring sim racing bigger, and we can get there. But Warwick, thanks for joining me. I really appreciated you again tonight, and it was nice to see you in the week as well.
Yeah, it was great to meet up with you. Obviously, meeting the guys in real life it's always awesome. But thanks again for tonight, Charles. It was great fun sitting in the commentary booth with you, with some brilliant racing all around. Yeah, you're doing an awesome job. Thanks for the camera work. Thanks to Michael Rust, obviously, from Volvo Cars Namibia. Brilliant job.
Perfect. But guys, next this week coming up Sunday, we've got back to the VW Polo Cup as we're almost wrapping up in the last part of our championship there. We will be doing, if I'm not mistaken, we will be racing Swartkop. If Swartkop are ready, that will be the first time ever we are racing on Swartkop in South Africa. That will be a brilliant race as well. Remember, Swartkop is a very small but very fast track and a hard braking areas. And then in 2 weeks' time, we are back with our BTCC series, and we shall be driving Crofties. So yeah, we're looking forward to that. And Warwick, with that, I think let's call it for everybody. Guys, in these times, keep safe, keep your family safe, love each other, give each other a hug every morning, call it well, and God bless. Good night. See you guys again. Cheers. Bye-bye.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.